In today's matchday vlog, Walsall take on Old Salt Lions RFC. Walsall are on the back of a losing streak and they are looking for a big home win to swing back the momentum for the rest of the season. And Old Salt are looking for revenge after the previous fixture to Walsall. The conditions were wet, the tackles were brutal, and it all came down to the last moments of the game. Just before we get into the video, over 60% of you guys watching this video right now aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you could do me that one favour and just go down and click that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it because we're on the road to 200,000 subscribers and we are so close right now. Thank you guys. Now let's get into the video. Oh, I'm not liking this weather. So today we're playing at home against Old Salts. Now, I haven't played a rugby game for quite a while. It's been about 3-4 weeks, mate. That's actually probably been a month now. The last game we played was, I think, the second week of January. Oh my god, just saved the camera from absolutely dying. We had a free week after our last game, and then I went to South Africa and was there for just under 2 weeks. So I ended up missing 2 weekends of games whilst being in South Africa. And now this is my first weekend back. Had training on Tuesday, didn't train on Thursday because I was at my first ever rugby league game. I went to Wigan with the Super League, Sky Sports, to watch my first rugby league game, which was actually unreal. I'm excited for it, a little bit nervous because I haven't played for a while, you know, dust off the boots. Also somehow managed to get into the team of the month this month for January. When I saw it, I was like, how the hell am I in that? I feel like I haven't played for ages. And I realised it was for January, and in January I did score 5 tries in 1 game, so I think that explains how I managed to get there. Well, hopefully we have another good game today. I want to get a few more tries on the list. I've got some huge plans this year. I'm so excited for it to all unfold, and as the year goes on, you guys are going to see what I'm getting up to. We've got so many trips planned for sevens. I don't want to announce anything yet or tell you guys, but just stay tuned because there's going to be some really cool, sick trips that I'm going on throughout the summer. And then later on in the year as well, still got a lot of more trips planned, some to do with sevens, some to do with other things, some charity stuff, but they're going to be really fun trips as well. And I think my goal this year is just to try and travel as much as I can, go and play some rugby in different places. I want to get out to Australia, New Zealand, you know, I want to get away from the UK, play a bit of rugby, experience it in different cultures, and show that to you guys as well. Just show my journeys, my travels, the vlogs, and, you know, just experiencing everything I'm doing now but in a different country. So let me know if you think that's a good idea, and if it is, where would you want me to come? Let me know where you're watching from, what country should I go to this year, because I'm going to read all the comments and I might just come near you this year. But anyway, let's get to the rugby club.
Lift your fucking heads up, yeah? We fucking owe ourselves a performance. We owe this fucking club a performance. We owe fucking each other a performance. Fuck the last 2 weeks. We trained that today. We go out there and we fucking turn it around. We get a fucking victory and a performance. That's what we gotta do. But it's gotta come from fucking hard graft. They're not gonna fucking lie down for us. They've got some big fucking boys, so we've gotta meet fire with fire, quicker than them to everywhere. Yeah? We beat them in the set piece, we beat them around the park, and we stick to our fucking game plan. So it's all down to fucking us now, boys. Do we want to win? Fucking want to win? Yeah? 1, 2, 3. Walsall!
So today's game is being played at Walsall RFC, Delves Road. Conditions are a little bit wet, but we're on the 4G Astro. And today's squad lineup is looking very strong. Rob Angel captaining the team today. In the forward today, we've got a very strong pack. In the front row, we've got George Green, Ben Cooper and Simon Weaver. In the second row, we've got Lucas Cottrell and Kyle Reid. Flankers, we've got Corey Clark-Selby and Max Hughes, and Rich Clark at number 8. In the backs today, also a very strong lineup with Dan Carpenter at 9, Ben Pitt at 10, Rob Angel and Quaid Bowl in the centres, me and Hanson on the wings, and Nico Watkins at fullback. Old Salts also with a very strong lineup away from home. Right, so kicking off into the first half, very excited for today's game. Old Salts here with some good attacks straight from the off, which then 9 then takes a quick penalty, steps through, and Old Salts have scored in the first couple of minutes of the game. Not a good start for Walsall at all, but here we are in their half now with a line out.
Dan Carpenter has to take that in himself. Comes on the blind side, Curry to Max Hughes. Max gets on the outside and boom! Oh my God, what a bosh. Comes into the offload with Lucas. Lucas tries to get the offload to me, but it is just forward. And we go back there for a scrum. And the day was pretty rainy. It was like that spitting rain where the ball just gets so greasy, and you can see that throughout the game. So Walsall scrum here with a great scrum turnover. Comes out to Rich Clark, takes that in himself. The ball comes out quickly then into Rob. Rob steps inside, crashes it up, takes a few defenders with him. And then Max Hughes doing the exact same, just breaks through and he's a couple of meters short of the line. Ben picks it quickly, gives it back inside to Rob, who Rob tries the double movement there, but we go back for a penalty. We choose the scrum option, comes out to Quaid, but it is dropped and it's knocked on forward there. Ball comes back for an Old Salt scrum there, which their 9 tries to clear, but it goes into Nico. Nico takes in, comes out to Rich Clark. Clarkey takes that in and a couple of defenders with him. Then Walsall looking to spread it a little bit wider there. Nunny with a little kick through, which me and Hansen are chasing, but their 15 regathers it and takes that into contact into Rob with a great tackle there. Old Salt's here under a bit of pressure in their own 22, which their 9 then decides to box kick. Ben with a lovely catch there, a lovely gather of that ball, takes it in. George Green with a great carry, then comes a little bit wider out to Lucas, but it is loose and they kick it forward, and it is some kick. It's gone all the way to our line. Old Salt's now attacking in our half, comes through the hands of the backs, gets out wide to one of their forwards who takes that in, breaks through a few tackles, but he's managed to put down there. Old Salt's then looking to build the phases through the forwards, then spread a little bit wider through the backs. Then the 10 looks to spread that wide, and Ben there with a beautiful read, a great intercept, and Ben is through. I was trying to catch up, but I was like, Ben's got that. He's got the wheels, and Ben goes straight under the post for Walsall's first try, and a lovely dive there. And Ben also converts it. Good reply from Walsall there, and we're straight back into their 22 with a line out. A little bit loose, but comes out to Ben. Ben into Nunny. Nunny straightens. Good carry there. Ben then out to George Green. George Green with another lovely step and a carry. Getting some quick ball here, comes out to Quaid. Quaid spreads that to Max Hughes, and the gap opens up for Max to go through for another try, which Ben unfortunately does just miss that conversion. You may have noticed here, Dan Carpenter is no longer on the pitch, so Ben has replaced him to go 9 because Dan, I think he's actually broke his ribs early on in that game, which is not ideal. There we win a little turnover penalty, which Ben goes for, but just doesn't have the range, just drops short. Old Salt's put that out, comes straight into Lucas. Lucas then looking to open up the space, and he gets through, breaks through 2 tackles, a lovely carry and a good run there from Lucas, looking to get some quick ball. And Max Hughes takes it himself, goes on that blind side, and the ball's really messy here, and Walsall do get another penalty, which this time we decide to go to the corner. Great line out, really improved this week. Comes into Rich Clark, takes that in, then out to Ben Cooper, takes it in, looking to spread it a little bit wider now, but Rob takes that in. And with the conditions, unfortunately, it is dropped there. And it goes back for a scrum for Old Salts, which then they look to clear, and the 10 puts a kick nice and high. Unfortunately, Nico does drop that ball, and then Old Salts regather it. The winger's got it. Ben is chasing, Hansen's chasing him back, sorry. Hansen with a good tackle there. Ball then goes a little bit loose into the winger. Winger puts it over the top of me and Ben. Ben, we're both chasing this back, but luckily Ben does get back to regather it, and he kicks the ball. Doesn't go out, and it's into the hands of their 9 here, I believe. And then, yeah, he tries to put another little dink over the top, which Nunny is chasing back, and he does put it down. Goal line kick then, so Old Salts with another opportunity to attack into our 22. Here Old Salts with a 10, tries to put a little crossfield kick across the top, but Ben regathers that beautifully and puts a lovely deep kick into their half, which is well recovered by their 15, who then looks to open up the space a little bit more, spread it into their 10. 10's found a little bit of space over the top, tries to put it through, but then Lucas is there to regather that. A lovely carry there from Lucas, but the ball gets dislodged, and it is really showing how greasy this ball is. So Old Salt scrum now, a lovely little play here from their backs, comes out the back, then into the winger. Winger just straightens into me, and I tackle him. Then they're coming back against the grain, carrying it up with their forwards. And you can see here really, because the conditions were quite bad, it looked like everyone was just a bit of like one-out rugby. They're just trying to carry with a quick penalty here. The 9 sniping again, so we've realised that, but it is knocked on, so we get a scrum. Scrum for Walsall now. Ben is taken controversially early, but then Old Salts get a penalty, which they go for the line out, set them all, drive on, and they do get an advantage. and they're sucking our players in nice and close. Everyone is jamming in because they're very strong in the forward pack, and they do manage to get over for another try, but they do miss the conversion. Another scrum here for Old Salts, and a lovely little no-look pass there from the 12 into the 13. 13 finds a gap. It looks like he is through. He's literally one-on-one. Nico with a great tackle there, and the offload is a little bit loose, but then it comes wide. Everyone's scrambling back. 10 throws a really wide pass out to the winger. And look at that. Oh my God. What is that dreadful tackling from me? Let's watch that back. I'm chasing out wide to get this, and I've just over-committed out wide. And he's slowed down and gone for a try. Oh my God, I need to work on my tackling. I actually had to ask this player how old he was at the end of the game, and he's 41 years old. So I've just been stepped by a 41-year-old. Oh man, happens to the best of us, eh? Anyway, that's another try for Old Salts, and they do miss the conversion, and that is the first half done. So not the best start for Warsaw really in this first half. Obviously the 9 scored in the first couple of minutes with a quick tap and go. And then also it seemed we gave away too many penalties, which put Old Salts in the right areas, and then they were able to finish with some points. And we're kind of letting them play their game. It didn't feel like we had much control of it, and we're not playing how we wanted to. And also the conditions were terrible, so it seemed there's a lot of knock-ons and errors from the weather. So going into the second half here, Old Salts with the scrum. 10 spreads it out to the 12, comes out the back to the winger. Winger then throws a pass, does go a little bit loose. Winger on the outside, but great tackle there from Connor, who's come on as replacement for Nico. Old Salts now still attacking, just edging into our 22, and we really need to get this possession back because we are behind. We're 1 try behind, and you can see here Warsaw defending pretty well. Old Salts didn't seem like they had many options. It did feel like it was a lot of one-out rugby. You can see here that just the options aren't there. Warsaw are defending well, good pressure, which led to a penalty unfortunately, and they do score it. A couple of minutes later now, scrum in their 22. 10 puts a high kick over the top, which Hansen and Connor are in the backfield to regather that. Connor then steps on the inside, takes it in himself, breaks through one of the tackles. Ben with some quick ball then brings it out to Rob. Rob finds a little bit of a gap, trying to find the offload, but he's wrapped up. Then it comes out to Nunny. Nunny out to Hansen. Hansen brushes off one of the tackles, steps back inside, but he's caught up in the contact. Comes back to George Green with a good carry. The speed of ruck here is very good. Rob taking that in. It's looking dangerous. It's looking like we're going to score. Lucas Cottrell here with a good carry, but it's unfortunately stripped. But we do have a penalty advantage, which we go to the corner. It's a line out here. Great take from Max Hughes. Then comes out from Ben into Nunny. Nunny wraps around the back, gets another pass, but unfortunately it's lost in contact there. So Old Salts now with the scrum, and the 10 looks to exit, but unfortunately doesn't find touch. Comes into Hansen. Hansen then stepping back on the outside, bumps off one tackle. It looks like he's through. Tries to get that pass back on the inside, but it's a little bit loose, and it goes back to Old Salts. Unfortunately, missed opportunity there, and they do exit, but only as far as Ben. Then Ben sees a little bit of space, tries to put a chip over the top, which I'm chasing, but their 10 marks it. 22-12 down now, Warsaw, and we've got some confidence here playing from our own line. I'll try and get on the outside here. Great little ankle tap from their flanker. Push one off, try to get the offload, which is knocked forward into Hansen, and then Hansen's in touch, but they just went for a line out for them. However, they did lose it, and we get the penalty, which Ben takes quickly. He's looking to find some space, gets a good pass off to Quaid. Quaid then sells the dummy, arm out wide, and Quaid just sailing through. No one catches up, and Quaid scores a try. We really needed that try at this point. Ben with the conversion, but unfortunately just shy of the posts. However, we did need that try to get back in the game, and it's only a 1-score game now. So Warsaw on the attack, we're gaining some confidence. Momentum is slightly shifting towards our side. Ben there with a great pop into Max. Max has found a great line here. He one-on-one with the fullback, steps inside, but a great covering tackle from their flanker. Then it comes a little bit wider, goes out to Lucas Cottrell, and Lucas dives in the corner for another try, which Nunny steps up and gets the conversion. Line out now for Old Salts in our half, comes out the back to the 10. 10 then spreads that into the 12. 12 crashing it up the centre on his own. We cannot let Old Salts score another try here. After just scoring 2 tries, we're back in the game, and we really cannot afford to lose any more points at this later stages in the game. Old Salt's here again with not many options. It does seem very one-out rugby. Walsall defend him. We're looking to try and get that turnover or force the mistake. We're only 2 points ahead, so it's not going to be ideal. Old Salts do get a penalty, however, it's missed. So with a 22 dropout, Ben puts it really nice and deep, regathered by their 9. 9 then looking to open up the gaps, spreads it wide on the right. 10 then looking to go himself, takes it in, good tackle there from Nunny, and the ball is lost, which then comes out to Matty James, who's just come on the field, ready to make an impact. Ben then with a box kick, sees a little bit of space. Me and Connor are chasing. The bounce is weird, but it falls straight into my path, which I then get round the 9. Thought I was through to score a try. Looked over my shoulder and saw the 15 chasing me back there. But then I get the offload. Then comes out to Ben. Ben spreads it wide to Connor, but it is knocked on. But we did have a penalty advantage, which we took the scrum. So then Ben there with the spread into Nunny. Nunny just crashes it, takes it himself. Gets through 2-3 tackles there, but the ball is dislodged again. You can see with these conditions, it's so slippy. And Old Salts exit. Line out there for Walsall, looking to still try and apply that pressure. However, the ball is knocked on in the contact. So Old Salts let off again. Now with this line out comes out to Corey. Corey crashing that in himself. Good carry, then comes out to Rob. Rob into Quaid. Quaid finds a good little gap, gets another offload to Max. Max is tackled there. It's a bit all over the place. We're like really desperate to score another try here to secure the game. Corey just short of the line. Ben then gives it back into Rob. Rob again crashing it up, but he's about 4 meters out. We get the penalty, we go for the scrum. Max is taken early. Ben with a lovely through the legs pass to Connor. Connor with a great pick up, gives it to me out wide, and I'm diving in the corner for a try. A bit messy, but a good piece of play, and it felt good to get that try when we needed it to get 1 score ahead. Ben here spreading it really wide out to Quaid. Quaid stumbles a little bit but gives it to me. I see some space in the backfield, put a chip over the top. I'm chasing it myself. Max is also chasing, and we're nearly there. 10 just fumbles it, but Max slightly knocks it on in the last second, and that was the game done. So the game ended there, 29-22 to Walsall. A very good result at home. Over the past couple of weeks, had a few losses, so it's very good to get back on the pitch and get a win with the boys. Let me know in the comments what was your favourite part of this game. So from me, another match day vlog. I'll see you in the next video.